Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card, weekly guidance for the 29th of Jan into the 4th of February. We've nearly made it through the first month of 2024. Wow. So how are you all doing? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. We've had this super beautiful full moon that's just happened in Leo. So it's a very bold, courageous, creative moon. So you might be feeling more kind of outrageous at the moment, more confident perhaps, maybe wanting to express yourself more. That will definitely be some of the beautiful energies that will be coming from that full moon. So I am going to be sharing the messages, themes, and energies supporting you over the next 7 days using the Akashic Oracle card deck. There's a link below if you want to get your own deck. It comes with a free masterclass, 2 hours, handout, and a key pendulum that looks something like this that you can actually use for activations and Akashic healing. So it's actually a modality in a box. So if that's something that you absolutely want to start to use, maybe introduce into your business in 2024, then click the link below and get your cards and let's see where it goes. I've also got my Akashic spray that will be coming out soon as well. So I'm just having a little spray of that. I've already picked the cards, but I'm going to use that spray just to support the connection and further downloads that need to come through. So the bonus card this week is money and wealth. Always a popular topic. So if you've not had a chance to pick your card, tune into cards 1, 2, 3, and I will reveal those messages now. So there is a theme. There's always a theme. And there's actually a physical theme that you can see in these pictures that connects them all. But then there's also a theme also that's running through these cards as well. So first card, if you pick card 1, it's all about spiritual connection. So this really is allowing yourself to open up this week to your spirit guides, spirit team. If you have been kind of a little bit slack on the old spiritual practices or just your self-care practices, tuning in, doing a bit of kind of 5-minute meditation, connecting in with your guides, maybe doing a bit of an energy clearing, of your aura, all of those types of bits and pieces that we know that are really beneficial for us, but sometimes can fall by the wayside because life can, or we allow life to get in the way. This card is saying, your guides are there waiting to support you. If you can, make the time for that spiritual connection and expansion I'm getting as well. So there's spiritual expansion that's available. So you can see how she's really open with her pose and her posture, and she's allowing herself to receive the wisdom and the insights and the guidance. That you're going to need to have an element of meditation or quiet time to be able to hear that guidance. I also got with this card that just a reminder that your angels are with you, in particular your guardian angel. We've all got guardian angels. So if things feel a little bit challenging through the week for whatever reason, call on your guardian angel to kind of step in beside you and hold space for you. And obviously to have a conversation with as well, and allow them to take some of the stress, some of the worries away from you. If you can just imagine yourself sitting down and then your guardian angel just coming in and asking them to kind of just take away the frustrations, the worries, the concerns out of your mind. And it's almost like they place just a beautiful blanket around you, or place something very gentle around the head, so then these worries and concerns and fears and whatever it might be can just be absorbed into that thing, and then your guardian angel can just take it away, however you want to imagine, but just ask for that support. So I've got a real strong message with that in terms of the angelic support that's all around us, and just reminding you all and myself that they're always there to help and support us, in particular your guardian angel, because they're always with you. They're with you from your soul's creation. So they come through every incarnation with you. And, you know, they're always there helping and supporting and holding space for you. So spiritual connection, if you are in need of guidance and clarity, then again, use your spirit team, drop into your heart, out of your head, and allow whatever wisdom they've got around your next steps, around the choices and decisions that you have to make. Even just taking away, as I say, some of that confusion and doubt, just so that you can kind of sense a little bit more clear. Ask for your spiritual support team to help you with that. So that's card one. So using your spirit team, making sure that you're connecting back in with your practice, building up your intuition, building up your psychic gifts. It definitely comes through having some kind of ritual or practice in place, and it doesn't have to take very long. Sometimes we can put ourselves off from doing these types of things because we think it's going to take hours. I definitely don't take hours in having my little morning routine and my evening routine. I wouldn't be doing it if it took hours. There'd be no way. There'd be absolutely no way. So spiritual connection, and I would love to hear what your routines are. Do pop them in the comments below in terms of what you do in terms of your daily practices or regular practices that you have to connect in with spirit and connect in with your support team. Okay, so if you pick card 2, it's Synchronicities and Signs. So a little bit of a theme going on here. So this, what I kind of, we go back to card 1, we've kind of got this like spiritual wisdom. It's like higher consciousness. It's this connection to our you know, the etheric realms and our beings of light. Then what we've got here is synchronicities and signs. So it's a bit more tangible. It's things now showing up in our experience to let us know that we're on track. So if you pick card 2 in specifically as your main focus, look for the synchronicities and signs for your confirmations this week. Know that you've got the power to make all of your decisions yourself, and you are able, if you allow yourself, to trust that decision. But I know sometimes that we like to maybe have confirmation from our spirit team as well. Or what you might find is that you're seeing signs and synchronicities, which can also be an indication that something's coming in, something miraculously, you know, that's really beautiful, it's abundant, it's fortuitous. There's this movement that's coming, and it's almost like your guides and the universe are letting you know that is coming through. So look for the synchronicities and signs. Now, something has just come to me, which is a really interesting concept, because we know that we create our own reality, and a lot of that external reality is based on our internal connection with ourselves and what is going on inside. And however we're feeling and showing up within ourselves and our connections and all of that is then a mirror of what we then experience on the external. And it's this kind of like loop that we have going on. So what if the synchronicities and signs were actually things that we manifest in order just to confirm to ourselves that we're on the right path? I just want to leave that with you, because that's just come to me, and it's kind of like, well, we do create, you know, external stuff to happen, either to put us off track. So self-sabotaging, resistance, you know, can show up as external drama, and it can show up as physical illness, dis-ease, that type of stuff. So why wouldn't it also happen with your synchronicities and signs? That it's just an external way of reconfirming to ourselves what we already know, but we just needed that extra little bit of validation. But it could be us creating that and manifesting it. So we're just on this feedback loop. So that's okay. That's perfect. So look for your own feedback loops this week. Just see how they're showing up. But if you're directly connected in with your spirit team and asking for a sign, then the likelihood is that, you know, they are also part of that process, but they might not be. It might be that you're doing all of the manifesting, and the universe is just holding space for it all, and your guides are just holding space for it all, and you're just doing all of it. That's a concept. So let me know what you let me know what you think about that. And does that feel true to you? It feels true to me. It feels true to me. Yes. So synchronicities and signs, create your own synchronicities and signs, get your confirmation on your choices and decisions, look for the nudges, So the nudges and the things like that, again, we could be creating those because our soul knows which pathway is going to be the most aligned for us to kind of go on if we've set an intention and we're moving towards that. So again, we could almost manifest the signs and the nudges, telling ourselves and being our own, you know, GPS system through soul nudges and signs, and us spotting them, but we're manifesting them as well, you know. Manifesting the opportunities that we have a soul nudge and a soul urge to follow. It's all interesting. I'm just going to leave all of this stuff with you. Let me know what you think about all of that. But synchronicities and signs are definitely going to play a part in your week this week. And it's about receiving those. So physically receiving those, whether it be through numbers or seeing the feathers, the pennies, the rainbows, whatever. For some people it's certain animals, maybe a song on the radio, that type of thing. Let me know your synchronicities and signs. I would like to hear those. Put those in the comments as well. But we've had the divine downloads and connections and, you know, connecting with our spirit team. We are now seeing synchronicities and signs physically showing up. Our third card is unconscious projections. So not really a spiritual connection going on here, but we do have a theme with a image aspect of this particular card, which also shows up in the other two cards. So let me know if you know what that is. So what I'm getting with here, it's not so much the unconscious projections from other people. What I really kind of feel with this particular card, because we've had these spiritual connections, we're reconnecting, we're getting maybe downloads, and we're getting some insights, we're getting wisdom, we're getting guidance, it feels good, getting clarity, getting this motivation to move forward. We're seeing the signs and it's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm following the soul nudges, I'm doing the thing. And then my head gets involved. And it's kind of like, I'm almost projecting negative narratives onto myself to scupper this whole pathway that's happening in these other two cards before it. So just be really mindful where you are spending too much time in your head, confusing yourself, bringing in the clouds, bringing in the confusion. And it's almost like we're kind of placing that mirror up so that we don't have to then follow the soul urges, follow the soul nudges, follow the synchronicities and signs that are urging us to take this path. And, you know, this is going to growth and up level and evolution and all of that, you know, beautiful potentiality. And it's like, hang on a minute. Let's just get ourselves back into the head. Let's get confused. Let's project onto ourselves all of the stuff and all of the reasons of why we shouldn't do this, all of the doubts. So I just want you to be mindful, and particularly if you pick card 3, that you are not being to the mercy or at the mercy of your own negative narrative, stories, fears, and resistance this week. It's a ploy that is really just kind of putting you off from the other two cards and the journey of those two cards. And I know that there's a lot of resistance. I know that there's a lot of up level going on at the moment, collectively and individually. We're all kind of on this journey together, as you know. And so this is unhelpful if you don't recognize what's going on. If you can see that what is going on is resistance and unconscious projections onto yourself, then you can celebrate that and you can move through it. So you can smash the mirror. I give you permission to smash the mirror and be like, well, I'm doing this up level anyway. I'm following my soul nudges and doing all of the things. So don't listen to your own insecurities and doubts, especially if they're showing up with resistance to your next steps, which might feel scary, but in the same breath, they feel exciting. That's when you know that there's something there for you to follow. So really follow that. And yeah, just be mindful of these, of the confusion and the doubts that could crop up in the mind and then create all of this like cloudiness, you know. And it's as soon as we get cloudy and we've got that lack of clarity, it's like we stop and it's like, okay, resistance has won, you know. So it's kind of keeping those clouds at bay and continue to see a little bit of the clarity so you can keep going forward. You only need a little bit of the clarity. You only need a little bit. You only need the next step to keep going forward. You don't need the whole pathway, which is what your ego wants. Your ego wants that completely clear. We don't need to have it completely clear. We just need to see a little bit and just trust and move forward. So unconscious projections. So have you seen what the connection pictorially is between all of those three? Comes in card 4 as well. Let me know in the comments if you've got it yet. And of course, if you want to have your own session with me, if you want to work with me over the next year and have 4 sessions with Akashic healing, insight, wisdom, guidance, spiritual mentoring, coaching, you know, nothing is off the table in these sessions. They're 60 minutes and they're on a subscription. So you virtually get 1 session for free when you do it in that way, as opposed to having 4 individual sessions. And it's really affordable. It's £33 a month. So if you want to get 4 sessions of healing and guidance per year, that is one-to-one. That is the best way to do it. So let me know if you want to step into the Empowerment Oracle card package. I think there's a link in the description as well. Let me know. So Money and Wealth is your bonus card. Pictorially, have you guessed what it is that features in all of these cards? Let me know. So Money and Wealth, how do we open up the channels of money and wealth? 2 ways with this card. First, we need to see where we're placing our own constraints and chains around us when it comes to the topic of money and wealth. So what is your money story? What are your money beliefs? What are your money wounds? What are your money fears? And we all have them. And they all have different levels and depths. So we are likely to hang on to them and work through them for the rest of this incarnation. That's okay, because we get more adept at it. So where do you chain yourself? Where do you feel confined? Where do you feel constrained at the moment when we talk about money? And what can you do to shift that? The first step to shift that is to recognize what you have going on around the money. And that could be the fear of losing it, having to work hard to create it, not wanting to share it because it doesn't feel like there's enough going around. It could be that money is evil, that you can't be rich and spiritual. It could be that you've experienced or witnessed massive financial losses and hardship that's followed afterwards. You have maybe witnessed people's behaviors change around money and they become this greedy, selfish, horrible person. A lot of that is not going to be true. It's just what we've been conditioned with, what we've been programmed with family, with our circles that we've had time with, our workplaces. It's all there. Social media, TV, it's all there. The first thing that you can do is just to understand what your money stuff is and then forgive it. Because your quickest way for money and wealth, and to start that process this week, is to forgive those stories, to forgive those narratives, to forgive that conditioning, and forgive yourself for holding on to it and receiving it and upholding it up to this point. Allow yourself to forgive the person who made that decision, spent all that money, then felt really guilt or shamed after it, has the spending patterns of spending and then feeling guilty because the spending is giving pleasure, or it gives comfort, or it's like a dopamine hit. Whatever money is doing for you, forgive it all and forgive you and who you are in that pattern, that money pattern. And then from that place, you can start to bring awareness around why those money stories are there, those money blocks, and what you can start to do about that. And for some of you, that's going to be getting a better handle on your finances and starting to look at your numbers and starting to look at your spending without shame, without judgment, without guilt. And you may need support with that. For some of you, it could be just journaling a little bit to go a little bit deeper around money fears and where they come from, or your beliefs, and just questioning, is this mine, or does it need to be mine? Am I ready to let it go? It's not serving me. And it's making that choice to let it go. So there's so much we can do in terms of money work. And for some of you that know me, you know that I love to do money work. And I have a number of like different masterclasses, like AKASHIC healing masterclasses with money. I've got pendulum teaching, money pendulum masterclass. So I've got lots of things around money because I love working with the energy of money. Money is the greatest healer. It is the greatest, one of the greatest facilitators of our experience, but it's also one of the greatest destroyers of humanity. So it's an interesting energy to work with. It's an interesting physical, tangible thing to work with. But once we start to get a handle about ourselves around our connection and relationship with money, we can start to shift things out of our Akashic records, off our timeline, out of our energetic, multidimensional being, to allow more money and wealth to come into us. But we've got to be up for the work, and we've got to be up for looking at ourselves and getting uncomfortable and leaning into that. And forgiveness is your fastest way to work through that. And of course, you know, if you're going to work with somebody, then that also speeds up the process as well, because they can see things that you can't, which is why I always work with people rather than doing all of the work myself. I definitely like to work with others to support my process. And you know, where I'm at, I'm always working with other people in some shape or form, a lot around mindset, to be honest. Less with the energy healing, but definitely a lot around mindset and strategy and stuff like that. So let me know how those cards resonate. I would love to hear. So let's just say the common thread between all of these cards is the sky. Father Sky. The Father Sky is there all the way through those cards. Vast and expansiveness, open, freedom, it's all there for us. And it's all there for us this week, if we choose to be expansive and open and allow ourselves to, think big, dream big, you know, blue sky thinking. It's all of that. It's all in that in here. Just be mindful of where you're maybe resisting or sabotaging yourself with cloudy thoughts and narratives and those types of things. Okay, so love and blessings, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do let me know. And if you want your own deck of cards, or you want to work with me one-to-one in any capacity, please reach out. I would love to have a chat and support you. So have a fabulous week, and I'll see you in 7 days. Bye.